Hi, I'm Katie Ziskind, the practice owner here at Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic, Connecticut. We are a team of specialized therapists who help anxious children, depressed teens, and young adults reconnect in mind, body, and spirit using holistic therapies so that your child or your teen can feel self-confident from the inside out. In this video, I wanted to talk with you about why ADHD looks a little bit like trauma and how sometimes children who've been through trauma are often misdiagnosed with ADHD. Trauma symptoms are very similar. So a child with ADHD will be hyperactive, or on the other hand, might be really quiet and withdrawn and have some trouble focusing. So oftentimes children with ADHD, you might think they have ADHD because they need a lot more movement than the average person. And when this comes to trauma, it's called hypervigilance. So the inability to sit still, fidgeting in school, clicking pencils, having inappropriate behavior, a child jumping out of their chair and being inappropriate in the midst of a classroom setting could be seen as ADHD. But when working with a specialized child therapist, that therapist can help your family create accommodations within the school, because if the school starts treating the ADHD, it's not going to work if your child really needs to be supported with a trauma history. So if your child has had any type of attachment issues, such as reactive attachment disorder, hi Krista, reactive attachment disorder is something that happens when children are often adopted or they didn't really get supportive, nurturing care in younger years. And this means that a child might run out of the room if a teacher yells, "Hey, stop, don't do that, that's not okay." A child might run out of the room, might be considered ADHD because they're just really active and can't sit still. Or if that child has a trauma history, perhaps that child went through, say the child's 8. Was running out of the classroom. When the child was 3, that child experienced high conflict fights from parents. Parents were alcoholics, and that child may have been in their bedroom but heard parents fighting, and yelling is a trigger. So based on that trauma history, your child's therapist can help let the principal know that any loud noises, extra loud voices, or traditional disciplinary methods would not work for that child and would actually cause regressive behaviors. And it might take a little bit of education on the school's part to learn a little bit about attachment and trauma and how it's very different than ADHD support. A child with ADHD with no trauma history will often do really well with sensory breaks. Children who've been through trauma can also do well, but their sensory breaks need to be tapered and focus on what happened in earlier years. Child with ADHD might just be able to have some free play, be able to go on a scooter, be able to go outside, touch some cool fidgets, have time with a school psychologist, and then be able to go back to class a little bit more seamlessly. A child with trauma, for instance, if that trauma was, let's say, really loud, the child's going to need a very quiet, small classroom. Might even need a warm, fuzzy blanket to feel like a little burrito, to feel safe and secure, right? Trauma is all about helping children feel safe and remember the world is trustworthy. Because what happens with trauma is the child realizes, let's say the abuser was a man. Men are dangerous. So a male teacher might be a trigger. Or loud noises mean there's danger. So anytime there's a loud noise, child goes in fight or flight. So a teacher might have a videotape playing as an educational science video. It's very loud. That child will be in fight or flight the entire video because the volume's just too loud. And it could be sensory related or it could be trauma related, but you'll need a specialized therapist to help create a accommodation plan at school so your child can be confident, can gain positive coping skills to handle their negative feelings in really healthy, socially appropriate ways. So your child or your teen can make really good friends, meaningful friendships, and have positive relationships with other people in their class and teachers. What we do here at Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic, Connecticut is highly specialized. We often work with children who have a trauma history and parents to help them understand accommodations at school related to trauma rather than ADHD. In addition, we do work with children with ADHD. We have amazing animal-assisted therapy groups. We also use creative art, yoga, music, and the outdoors to bring out the best in your child. Because therapy doesn't work when a child is forced to talk. Instead, we allow your child to feel safe through multiple different creative, holistic methods, which that safety lays the foundation for trust, communication, and then learning positive coping skills for lifelong success. If you're looking to get your child or your teen started in holistic counseling using art, yoga, music, and animal-assisted therapies, we only have limited spaces available. Call or text 860-451-9364. To read more about our newest animal-assisted therapy group coming up at the end of June, where children on the autism spectrum can learn how animals release emotions, how a snake has anxiety, or how an owl gets to view the world from an observer perspective. We only have a few spaces left for animal-assisted therapy. And we also have a teen girls group that meets Mondays, which helps teens with eating disorders, self-harm, and body image issues learn positive coping skills for healthy self-esteem in high school years and college years. And we also have a middle school, tween, or preteen girls group on Saturdays that helps middle school girls manage friendships, manage family divorces, and learn important ways for vocalizing their feelings rather than keeping them stuck inside. And is very creative and uses art-based therapies to help teach teens emotional expression. Now we have a really fun experiential workshop coming up in June for teen girls, moms, and older sisters called the Teen Girls Concert Night, which will include an acoustic music performance by a local artist and with jazz flair energy. So this will be an inspiring musical performance live right in the office at Wisdom Within Counseling with socializing and connecting afterwards. This group teaches teen girls struggling with body image issues and anxiety how to handle tough feelings through releasing them through music and expressive arts. Spaces are limited for this workshop. You can call or text to get your teen and yourself started in the Teen Girls Concert, 860-451-9364. Last but not least, we are a practice that advocates for Lgbtqia plus youth, teens, and families. So if you know someone who's transgender and they need therapy, or if you want some therapy around helping your teen who's bisexual or pansexual, we would love to advocate for your youth or your teen in the LGBTQ community. Call or text us today to get yourself or your loved one enrolled in holistic counseling in Niantic, Connecticut at Wisdom Within, using art, yoga, music, the outdoors, and animal therapies to teach self-confidence skills. WisdomWithinCT.com. You can read everything about our practice, our team members, and our highly specialized therapies, such as yoga therapy for trauma. Call or text 860-451-9364 to get started today. I'm Katie Ziskind, the practice owner of Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic, where we are a highly specialized team for children, teens, and young adults struggling with anxiety, and we offer unique, out-of-the-box, creative therapies to teach self-confidence, healthy self-esteem, and positive coping skills for college years and beyond.